Hey guys, it's Gunter here from Outdoorphoto. We're currently at a construction site, but at least it's our own construction site. Outdoorphoto 4 Ways will be opening soon, but what we currently want to discuss is the EUFY products. These security cameras are locally based storage, so you can stick in a little memory card into it, and it is super easy to set up, super easy to run, and because it's a pan and tilt camera, you can actually access everything from your mobile device and or even your laptop. But we'll run you through the entire setup and show you what it's like and how easy it is to set it up and get it up and running. Great image quality, no monthly costs or fees or anything else. It's just simply easy to set up, even in a construction site. You need a PowerPoint, you need a decent memory card, and if there's Wi-Fi connectivity, which there is here already, it makes everything so much easier to set up and run. So let's dive into this entire system and get this 360 camera up and running. Let's show you how. First things first, we're going to dive into the contents of the box. On the inside of the box, we simply took one of the cheap ones, the Easy Fix, to show you the image quality even at its base level in terms of product and quality. Taking out all the package, you've got one of the longest USB-C cables. You've got a power adapter, which is a huge bonus, as most things don't come with power blocks anymore. You've got your mounting screws, and you've got this little cute plate. This is pretty magic, and I'm going to keep that because as soon as this project's done, this thing's coming home. And I'm going to add it to the Wi-Fi cameras that we've got at home already. But it's because it's this easy to set it up. So as soon as I've got this cable unwound, and like I say, it is a very long USB cable. The functionality behind that is you obviously need power to run through to this device. It is not a PoE device, so it's not going to work over a network cable or anything. You do need a form of power pretty close to it. So we've got a couple of plug points down here. I'm going to take the camera out of its packaging, take all the cute little stickers off to protect your lenses and everything else. As you twist the camera upwards, it's going to come stored like this. When you tilt it upwards, you'll find there's a memory card slot in there. You want to stick in a decent size and speed memory card in there. It's a micro SD card slot, so it's very easy to set up. Get that out of the packaging. It's always the crazy part. That's like the strongest thing about memory cards, the packaging. But I've got a 128 gig micro SD card. Stick that in there, get that set up, and now add a little bit of juice. And that's it. That's going to boot up as soon as I've got power coming through to it. And then we're going to head over onto the mobile device. I've downloaded the EUFY security app. Now the functionality around this, and please excuse these notifications, but in testing these cameras out, I've picked up some of the niggles and issues. I'm going to add a device. I'm going to go, it's a wired camera. It is the C220 model. It is going to be added onto, I'm going to add a new home because I'm going to reset this. This is going to be at 4 Ways. I'm going to say done. Address I'm not too worried about because you guys can find us online. I'm going to go through here, and that's going to ask me to scan the QR code on the back of the device. So when we turn it around, you'll find there's a little QR code over there. I don't want to share that on the screen really, but as soon as I've got that scanned, takes it through. I'm going to add a password in here for our Wi-Fi. I'm going to say next. That's already been plugged in. Press sync button until you hear a beep on the LED flashing. So the sync button right at the bottom of the camera, a little doohickey right there. Hold it in for 2 seconds. There we go, it's going to beep. I'm going to say next on the app. And then the camera actually wants to scan the app as well. So going through there.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
There we go. It gave me an audible notification that it is connected. It's connecting up to the Wi-Fi here locally. Always takes a second. There we go. Network point successful. I'm going to call this the front door, or we can give it a different name. We're going to painted wall. Going to format the memory card. Remember kids, always format the memory card in the camera that you're going to use it to prevent corrupt memory cards. There we go, successfully formatted, we're connected up. It now actually asks me which orientation I'm going to put the camera in. Is it going to be on a tabletop? Is it going to be against the wall fixed with this little bracket to a wall? Or am I going to connect it to the roof, the ceiling if you wish? I'm just going to select that one. It gives you a recommended height. You can put it up higher or lower. It's your choice, your business. And then it's going to ask you for a gap towards each side. So everything's set up. I now have it feeding through. And if I go into that camera, that's going to load. And there we go. I can now also control it via my phone. I can pan to the left, I can pan upwards, I can pan downwards. I've got a full range of motion to select and move along. So let's get it up and into position, and it's as easy as that. I can call it, I can do screen grabs, I can do screen recordings, I can do the pan and tilt, I can do audio. So if I want to speak via the camera to whoever's on the other side, maybe relay a message or anything, I can simply tap in on this app and we can have a two-way conversation across the device and my mobile device. So great functionality. There's a bunch of settings that we can go and dive into. You can set up motion detection, you can set up sound detection, pan and tilt settings, angle settings, you name it. You can literally control this camera in terms of where it can view and what it can look at. The great thing about these systems from EUFY is that you've got base station options. So you've got pan and tilt cameras, you've got solar options that you can add to the system as well. We were thinking about putting up some solar cameras on the outside here. I'd rather add those solar cameras to my house setup. Have a look at what's happening in the garden. What's the dog chewing today? Is it my veranda, my patio sets cushions, or what you may have it? But the different options are there. For now, I've just got this one. I'm going to stick it over there on the table. We're going to keep an eye on what Chris is creating in that section on the wall. Check it out. Sweet guys, we're back in the studio, and right now I want to log in to remotely view what's going on. So I can very quickly and easily use my cell phone and have a look what's happening in 4 ways. I mean, it is an hour's drive from here. But the alternative that you've got available to you with a EUFY product is that I can actually log onto their web portal and view it on my desktop. So I've got my laptop plugged in here. I've got South Africa picked as a region, and then also my details in there. I'm just going to log in here quickly. We're going on to mysecurity.eufylife.com, and now it's asking for pins. I've got a pin here. And then we get to this little page right here. So this section is actually kind of like a once-off thing. So you have to go in onto the app, and let me get out here, and I'm going to go across to the app. I'm going to hit screen record so that I can show you guys this. Right, so heading into the control center, you hit that tab, hit control center. That's going to take you through to this section where you can actually go and specify which cameras have got encryption and where you will allow access to the web portal. So on the sidebar, web portal access, you're going to hit that one. It's going to take you through. You're going to allow access on the web portal for 24 hours, generate a safety pin, And once you've got that safety pin, you can then tap it into here. So I'm going to go 1978 to 47. And that is absolutely not what I just typed in. But now that we're in there, I can now confirm that. That's going to take me through, and I've got access to my cameras on a desktop. It just makes it so much easier to just have a quick look and view what's happening. We're going to establish a secure channel. There we go. We've got that link up and running. That camera is open. We can now open it. We can have a look at what's happening in 4 ways. The mural's coming along quite nicely. Chris is right up there on the scaffolding. These guys are painting some tabletops. And I've got other functionality around it as well. The great thing about it, once again, just comes back to how easy it is to navigate through these things and get all these systems to work along and play along nicely. So even if I'm going in on my view here, let me just do another screen recording, and I'm going to tap on there. I disconnected the camera at home for the time being. So let's get that up and running. That's open. I can now rotate that. Now I've got full view there. I can view what's going on. I can rotate it once again. And the image quality is quite amazing. We can have a look at what's happening over there. We can even zoom in on that and still great image quality. Once again, super easy to use, super easy to install. You need a good memory card that you can stick into it. Larger size will record for a much longer period of time. And then obviously you've got access via your mobile device or via web portal. It is that easy to run this EUFY system. You don't need special technicians or anybody else to come and install the products and get them up and running. It is as easy as a plug and play. You need some basic skills in terms of setting up via the app, but I mean, if you've pretty much got a smartphone, you should be able to navigate it quite easily. For everything else, you can get into contact with the go-to guys at Outdoorphoto, and they'll be able to assist you through the entire process. Hope this helps. Hope you guys are finding these videos and tutorials helpful. This field test has put me in a situation where I am looking forward to buying more of these cameras so that I can get all the corners covered at my house. And I don't even have problems at my house. It's just nice having these cameras and having the access. They're so easy to set up. Why not? Lekker. Cheers. I'm out.